We'll assume that you know some of the fundamentals, but just want a brush up. Or perhaps you're attempting to learn the game of football and don't have any clue what you're looking at. We'll look at a very simple play, the halfback ISO run by Florida State against Florida. Florida State is on offense, the University of Florida is on defense. Since the offense wants to go 10 yards in 4 tries, they're going to use everyone they can to do it in a very specialized manner. Let's go over each player and their individualized task. On offense, the 11 players are arranged thusly. 5 cannot touch the ball. They are blockers. They are called the offensive line. In the middle, shockingly, is the center. I remember the offensive line positions in alphabetical order because on the either side, he has a guard, C to G, and then guarding the guard is the tackle. So it goes center, guard, tackle on either side. They're symmetrical. This does not change. On this end, we have a tight end, usually a very large guy who's shaded to one side or another on the offensive line. Split wide, we have the wide receivers who receive the ball and are often split wide to give them room to maneuver. On the other side, if the cursor will ever catch up with my voice, is the other wide receiver. Sometimes these are referred to, you'll hear as flanker and split end. Those are archaic terms, not really used that much, but you'll sometimes hear them. The fellow holding the ball in the middle will be the quarterback. The quarterback gets the ball as it's snapped from the center. That is the only time you will see an offensive lineman touch the ball. Most of the time is when the center takes it and snaps it to the quarterback. This begins the play. The quarterback will either pass the ball or he will hand off to one of the runners behind him. Those two runners have somewhat misleading names. The quarterback is followed by the fullback in the I formation. Then the halfback is not halfway, but he's actually behind the fullback. Again, this all made sense at one point, but the evolution of football has rendered their terms a little confused. Anyway, looking at the formation, they call it the I, you see, because everyone is in a line from quarterback to fullback to tailback. The offensive formation is legal because we have 7 men on the line of scrimmage, and because those who cannot touch the ball are safely covered by a receiver on either side, the tight end on the right and a wide receiver all the way over on the left, as you can see. And the cursor goes too far over to 30 pack here. All right, great. Let's take a look at defense. This is as basic a formation as the I formation. Meat and potatoes, a 4-3 defense. We call that because the people in the box matched up against the line here. There are 4 down linemen and 3 linebackers who back up the defensive line. Somewhat deceptively, the people in the middle lined up over the center and the guards are not called defensive guards. They are called defensive tackles. The people lined up over the tackles are called defensive ends. Again, it doesn't make sense. It's football. Roll with it. Then we have 3 linebackers. The linebackers are going to stop the run, back up the linemen. They're also going to fall back and pass coverage. These fleet gentlemen on the edge are the cornerbacks. They are matched up against the wide receivers. The running gag is that if you are really fast but cannot catch the ball, you will become a cornerback. If you're really fast and you can catch the ball, you'll become a wide receiver. One important concept in defense to understand are the safeties and how they're lined up. This will tell you a lot about what kind of defense people are playing at any given moment. The safeties keep everything in front of them. Nothing should get behind them. There are 2 of them, and they play different roles depending on how the offense is lined up. This is an ongoing theme in football theory. Offenses affect how defenses line up. Defenses affect how offenses line up. The strong side is one thing that determines how a defense plays. If you'll notice, there are 3 men on this side of the center of the formation, and on the other side there are only 2. The side with more men lined up on the line is called the strong side because that's where the tight end is. The tight end is a bit of a hybrid. He's a blocker, he's a runner, and occasionally he will catch the ball. Again, it depends on the offense, and it depends on the ability of the personnel. The linebacker lined up opposite him is the strong side because there's more people. The one lined up in the middle is the middle linebacker. The one over here is the weak side because it is not the side with more blockers. Now, of course, this says nothing about his character or ability. It's just a term. Now, the safety that's lined up on the side with the tight end is referred to as that's right, the strong safety. The strong safety is going to shade toward that side because there are more players on that side. The one who's free to do whatever he wants is the free safety. This is something the quarterback will look at pre-snap. Keep in mind, too, that the safeties and linebackers are looking at the offense to see how they have lined up pre-snap. Formations have become increasingly complex as the game has gone on. You used to see nothing but I formation or even simpler formations. However, there are multiple formations in Florida's national championship game this year versus Ohio State. In one drive, they came out with 8 different formations on a drive. So, indeed, what you're seeing here is a very simple version of what you might actually see on the gridiron this fall. If you'll see, everyone here is lined up on the line of scrimmage, on the tip of the ball, an imaginary line extending from it toward the sidelines. You need 7 guys on the line of scrimmage, and you'll see you do have 7 on the line. And you need to make sure that there's an eligible receiver on the edge. This dates back to a bit of an archaic rule about safety from the days of the flying wedge, I believe. And the play is in motion here, if I will ever quit messing around with the buttons. I hope this helps you clarify a little bit of what's going on, but again, we'll follow up with the rest of this as Football 101 continues. Thanks for joining.